Hi, I'm Mike Schaefer of the Gift and Home channel. Today we're taking it to the streets and talking about reducing credit card fees and helping understand where transactions originate from. It might sound like a daunting task, but understanding where these fees come from, you can reduce your rates and save substantially in your annual credit card fees. Today we're talking to Michelle Bogosian, the camera shop in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's great to have you. One of the questions I'd like to ask as we start out, do you know how many credit cards are out on the market currently?
I know there's a lot, but I really have no idea.
There are actually 250 plus different credit cards currently out on the market,
Wow.
of which they all carry a different percentage rate to transact, and in many cases, a different transaction rate.
I did not know that.
Now, what kind of percentages are you seeing in your credit card transacting here at the store?
Probably about 90% of our business comes through a credit card.
That's amazing. The average is about 70%, of which 50% is debit transactions.
Okay.
Are you aware of debit transactions or possibly taking checks currently?
We do take debit. In fact, we actually prefer not to take checks. We prefer debit.
Excellent. Well, then that would mean that you're currently getting a debit rate, and that's one of the lowest levels of processing. It's called a qualified transaction.
Okay.
And that means there's a lower risk of fraud, so it's a face-to-face transaction,
Okay.
which, like you said, is about 95% of your transactions.
Okay.
And the customer is present. So that's excellent. You've got some great rates. Are you aware of reward cards and those type of things?
No, I frequently see them from customers. I see the different hotel reward cards, and I also see the airlines and so forth like that.
Well, listen up. I have some bad news. Reward cards are great for the consumer, but as a retailer, you actually pay larger rates.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so you're actually helping someone go to Florida or fly for free.
Okay, well, you know what? I always want to do a benefit for my customers, but I didn't know that.
Well, that is excellent customer service, I must say. The final level, or the last tier of credit card processing, is called non-qualified rates. Those rates are commercial cards, world cards, or cards that are key entered but do not have the proper information.
I'm not sure I know about that. Can you tell me what you mean exactly by the not entering the right information?
Sure. Well, I know that a large store like yours, you do
Okay.
internet transactions.
Yes, we do.
How do you enter those? Are those key entered, or how
Yes,
would you do that?
the customer would give us the credit card number, whether it's a phone order or an internet order.
Okay.
And we would manually go to the credit card machine and enter in the numbers.
Great. Well, why don't we walk through a transaction? I need
Okay.
to make a purchase.
Oh, great.
If you don't mind.
Camera, perhaps?
Why don't we buy this camera? This is excellent. So what we'd like to do is, it's most important that we do a key entered transaction. So let's pretend I'm calling in or the customer's not swiping,
Okay.
and let's get started.
Sure, no problem. Let me go ahead and enter this in.
So she's actually entering the number. We're going to hit
Okay.
enter.
And the expiration date,
Correct.
put that in. Okay, and then it's asking me, is the card present?
Well,
So I'm going to say no because I'm pretending it's a phone order or an internet
exactly.
order. Okay.
Perfect.
And the verification code, which is on the back of the card,
Correct.
it's
That's
after the last 4 digits of the credit card number?
Exactly, the 3-digit
Okay.
code. And I know some people might worry that, oh, my customers don't want to give that. Everyone is used to giving that information. So
Okay.
definitely grab it and or use it.
So I'll put in,
Just have to hit present,
okay.
and there's the code prompt.
And the amount, I'll put that in. Thank you for your purchase.
$300, you're welcome.
And it's asking for the address. Now, do I put the store's address in there?
You'll actually want to use the cardholder's address. The most important thing, and a lot of retailers don't understand, they just put in their address. They want to speed the transaction along. So yes, you want to put in my address, which is
Okay.
130.
Okay. And then the zip code. So I'm assuming I'll put the customer's zip code in, not mine.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the most important information. It guarantees a match. It has the lowest risk for fraud when you have a match, so then your rates would go through as inexpensively as possible.
Oh, okay, great. And what is your zip code?
19460.
Okay.
Thanks for walking through that. But we have all the information necessary to process at a mid-qualified rate. If one of those items was missing,
Okay.
it would actually bump up to a non-qualified rate. And in that scenario, The rates could go up as much as 2%, minimum of 1%.
For us, that would be a pretty significant chunk of the profit.
How many transactions do you think you might do key entered like that?
Key entered a day, maybe 5 to 10, possibly.
That's a large volume, and if you think about the type of transactions that you have, $300, $400, $500 transactions, that could be anywhere to $5 to $6 to $7 in one transaction.
That's a lot.
I mean, that could be $60 a day.
So
it's real important that the retailers out there understand this and also train your staff so that when you're not there, you know what's being done and you're processing as inexpensively as possible.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Some other items that you might want to take into consideration to save money: statement fees. They should be about $10 a month. Shouldn't see anything higher than that.
Okay.
Paper. Do you purchase paper currently with the processor you're using?
We get it actually for free from our processor.
Excellent.
It's provided as part of the service.
Good for you. That's fantastic. It's real important that anyone working with a processor gets free supplies. It's something that you take for granted, running out to your office supply store, purchasing $1 a roll, could be $30, $40, $50 a month in fees. Sure. So as we take it to the street, we want to thank Michelle for her time. We want to make sure that you feel the benefit of this segment, understanding how to process more efficiently and ultimately saving money. So again, I'm Mike Schaefer from the Gift and Home Channel. Thank you for your time. And Michelle, thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you for helping me save some money.
I'm glad you were able to listen and save. Thank you.
Thanks.
I invite you to view the other segments on credit card processing. After all, they were created just for you. Go ahead and type credit card processing in the search box to help you get there more easily. After all, we're all about helping retailers grow. Thanks for watching. I'm Brittany Lund with the Gift and Home Channel.